When was your birthday?
September 21st, I was born in the year 1960. So I am currently 57 and was diagnosed prior to being 50.
When did you find out you had cancer?
I found out formally on June 21st, 2010, when I received a call from my doctor at home in the evening around 7 o'clock to report that the biopsy that I had indicated that I had cancer, but it was serious.
How did you deal with that news?
I basically collapsed to the floor and couldn't breathe, and the air in the room seemed toxic. As per my usual personality, I went to the worst case scenario, which was my life ending, and I needed others around me to help navigate what would happen next with the different doctors and caregivers. And it was really important that I have that support, because I lost my ability to sort of look forward in the future at all. I kind of stopped thinking positive at all.
What medical treatments did you have?
My treatments were a little bit atypical in that my tumor was growing so quickly, they felt that I needed to go through chemo first. They used to do that years ago, but that wasn't common practice anymore. So I did 8 rounds of chemo. Then very quickly after that, on January 21st, after my chemo was done, I had my mastectomy, a radical mastectomy complete. And after that, I had 25 radiation treatments. And then was put on tamoxifen for 10 years. So I'm still taking it as a follow-up.
Did you lose your hair? How did that make you feel? How did you overcome these feelings?
I lost my hair. I lost my eyelashes. I lost most of my eyebrows. And hair would, the fine hair that I had on my legs and stuff. When my hair started to kind of mat and start to fall out, I couldn't face it continuing. So I went to my dear friend, Deborah, my hairdresser, who was both a friend and a hairdresser, and we decided that we would shave it off. And she helped me order a wig, and I would look in the mirror and I would look at who was there and feel somewhat alien. And yet, people would say, you have a beautiful shape to your head, and some people don't. And it was all in good support, but I would just touch my scalp and go, okay. It's dramatic. I felt, though, to drag it on would have been harder for me. So having those first bits of hair that came out, I had to get rid of it.
That would be dramatic.
Yeah.
What was the worst thing about having cancer?
Living with uncertainty, because I didn't know where my story would go. I took each day as one more day that I fought the chaos and could be with those I love, my neighbors, my friends, and my family. The hardest part of that was I wanted to be honest with those around me, but I was still afraid.
Best thing about having cancer?
Cancer made me insisted that I start to look at living in day-type compartments and living one day at a time, possibly one moment at a time, a mindfulness that I had not lived my life before with. And I found the new normal, or the new me, was a person who was willing to take more risks and not get bogged down with the worry the same way. That I was willing to look at my reality as full of possibilities, full of potential, full of the things that make life joyful. And so my keywords, things that I, kind of clung to, just quotes and different things, started to turn around the whole idea that I was dying, instead I was living.
If you could go back in time to the most difficult part of your battle, what would you say to yourself?
You are not alone. You are walking this difficult path in the fog, and you're not in a tunnel, but the fog will lift, and I believe you'll be here for as long as you're meant to be.